Hi, Rob Segato here. How are you today? I'd like to explain to you certain work we're doing in the field of heuristic sciences and implementations with the human condition. This is the new science which we're cohabitating on with other members of the scientific community and medical community, where we take an approach of the two necessary fundamentals of both sciences, medical and the physics science, and we match mold them in modeling forms on their similarities of a modeling sequence. Certain interactions in the medical science, in the human sciences of psychology and psychiatry, and also in the physics and chemistry, we see that there are certain affine and also coexisting modeling conditions where we can gain information and a modeling format, an association with different theorems, axioms, different realizations, by just seeing the existence and the behavior of certain forms of actions when based on a premise in all of the different sciences. We seek a similar union and similar type propagation as molded and modeled betwixt all the sciences. In other words, we place them on a mathematical plane of a number propagation, and we see how the different parameters changing in each science yield different results. We match mold and see which sciences cohere to each other more stringently. In other words, we see different relationships occur and exist, and we try to gain knowledge using that approach. We've been very successful. When we go outside our respective sciences and our respective disciplines, we see that there's a plethora of affine connections, similitudes, arrangements, permutations, which can be linked or associated with to a very high degree. And we hone in on these similar pairings within our sciences to achieve a much broader scope into the actual physics, into the actual numbers and physics and mindset and health of what is taking place. This we've been doing now for almost 30 years. And as anyone of our group and anyone who has been in our clientele can attest to, they are pleasantly surprised. We'd like to branch out and join the chorus with your individual studies, see how we could help each other mutually and selectively into a very, very powerful association. And I believe our results will really help a lot of people out in many different disciplines. When we break loose of our insular studies, which just increasingly yield an Agamemnon amount of just hyperbabble and just insular technobabble, and doesn't yield much, some of us in the sciences have been finding out that you have to break loose into other areas and explore. See the affine connection which is linked to the different branches of science, the different ologies, so to speak. And from there, do your observations. When a science is too precipitously insular, nothing much is achieved. we'd like to help you break free, and we'd like to show you some breathing room and some very nice clear skies for sailing and flying. So we'll be in touch. Hope you can pop on board, and we'd love to make an IPO with your corporation, and we'd like to grow with your IPO and soar into the ever burgeoning skies of good sense airways. So I'll be showing you more and more as time goes by about some of the singular premises and some of the half-crafted ideas which have not been too conducive to discovery. So we've been seeing over the last few decades whether we're drinking the wrong water or not in our prospective sciences. Not much has been achieved, and part of this is we're beating a dead horse. We're drinking from a dry well. Now it's time to get some new wisdom incorporated into your venture. Trying to get some new ideas, new ways of discovery, new fresh blood seeking type of minds which know how to probe and sniff out some new discoveries. And we'd like you to join with us, and we'd like to join with you, and divide and multiply and be fruitful and multiply, and maybe give some people out there a break in life. Instead of letting our sciences particularly just eat up all the resources on Earth and leave the people we're supposed to be helping with absolutely nothing, maybe we can give a little back to the community after we've taken oh so very much. So jump on board the new bandwagon, and maybe this bandwagon will play a happy tune. Let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. Let's put the dish out on the stoop and see if the cat licks it up. Love you. Bye-bye.